Good life forever.
516, you better do that.
YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Good Life Forever, and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, I'll be doing a mid-taper haircut tutorial, and I'll be showing y'all step by step how to do this haircut. All right, so make sure y'all bear with me, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on post notifications. Make sure you like it, and always make sure you share it with your family and friends so they'll be able to enjoy it as well. All right, so the very first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna consult the client. After you consult the client, you're gonna go ahead and inspect the scalp. Make sure there's no irregularities going on with the scalp, and then you're gonna comb through the hair and make sure you recognize what direction it's going. Now I'm gonna start with a 3-guard closed. He wanted to keep his hair at a 3, so I'm starting at a 3-guard closed. I'm going with the grain. He did have some cowlicks in front of his hair, so I kind of opened up the clipper a little bit more so I wouldn't gash him. Okay, so I'm just going down on the hair. He didn't want it too low and everything. The haircut, this is the second time I'm cutting this client. The first haircut he had was a drop fade, so if you notice the sides and the back of his hair, you can tell that it was an actual fade going all the way around at some point in time. I think I cut his hair around 3 weeks ago, so I'm just making sure everything is consistent, keeping everything straight, and I'm just watching for them cowlicks and just watching to make sure I'm cutting his hair in the right direction. All right, y'all, as always, first thing I'm gonna do, he's getting a bald taper, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna start at his point using my gold Babyliss FX trimmers, and I'm gonna go ahead and set my bald line all the way down. I didn't really do anything too special on this taper. He works for the actual state of Georgia down there at City Hall, so I tried to keep this haircut as professional as possible. I didn't use any enhancements or anything like that. This is straight off the grain, you know what I'm saying, straight hairlines and everything like that. So I'm not gonna make no half moon shapes or anything. I'm keeping this executive, as clean as I can possibly keep it. I'm going in, I'm balding in this bald line. Now later on in the video, I go up a little bit higher in the bald line because he wanted to fade a little bit higher. So I took the fade up just a little bit more, about a 1/4 inch higher, because he wanted it, exclusively straight mid. I tried to bring him down a little bit as much as I can. So now I'm going in with my open clipper. I'm fading everything in, making my second guideline, going up about a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch on this panel. And I'm just keeping everything consistent and making sure all the hair is even on the head. So that's one thing you want to make sure you do. The more even that you have it, the better it is once you start doing your detail work, and the spots that you miss will actually pop out and it will make more sense to you. All right, y'all, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna comb that area down, put it back in place. Now I'm gonna take my 1-guard close. I'm gonna go ahead and make my third guideline. Okay, I'm going up about a 1/2 inch on this particular panel, and I'm just setting in. So basically what I'm doing is, y'all, I'm fading up. So basically what I'm doing is I'm setting in all my guidelines that I need to knock out. Then I'm gonna come back behind it and I'm gonna go and proceed and fading up and knocking all my lines out. Sometimes I knock the middle line out first. Sometimes I knock the bottom line out first. It depends on how light the hair sits on the client, and it depends on how much space and room that I have. All right, y'all, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna knock out that dark line first. So basically I'm just gonna take my 0 guard close. I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna flick that line out using the corner of my blade. I'm tilting it a little bit using the corner of my blade and just paying attention to that bottom line. So basically I'm going below the line and I'm fading into the line. That's the easiest way to remember on how to knock those lines out without pushing that line completely up. So I'm just moving my levers as I go up into that fade, and I'm closing as I come down, open as I come up. So next thing I'm doing now, I took the guard off with my clipper all the way open, and I'm just proceeding and knocking out the rest of that line with that clipper off, so I can make sure that that 0 line is all the way knocked out. Okay, so I'm just focused on it, pulling the skin, stretching the skin, going in there and doing a little bit of detail work. Now the mistake that I made on this side was I should have went in with my 1 guard open, went ahead and knocked out that bulk on the top of that line first, then opened the clipper back up and started, you know what I'm saying, doing my detail work in that fade, opening and closing. I could have knocked out 2 birds in 1 stone, but I didn't do that. I went in with it, trusting where I was at, you know what I'm saying, keeping everything consistent, keeping everything focused, and blending in this fade as much as I can. Now, I did a whole lot better on the left side. I kind of learned from my mistakes on the right side. On the left side, it still came out crispy. All right, so the next thing in the back, he has a lot of room in the back, so I just went in and cleared out that panel. I'm gonna go up a little bit higher because he has a long nape line, so I'm gonna go up a little bit higher. I'm gonna take that fade in the back a little bit higher. I think I went up about another 1/2 inch on the back nape line of his hair, because he had so much space from his occipital bone all the way down to the bottom of his ear. So I'm like, well, okay, let me take this up a little bit higher so I can give it a better transition. So here you see me going up about another 1/2 inch higher because he has so much space in the back. You have to remember, the straighter your lines, the straighter your fade. Okay, make sure your lines is straight. If you have to look in the mirror to look at your lines, then you have to look in the mirror. Okay, the same steps that I did on the sides. Okay, so now on the back, I went up a full inch in the back. Okay, because I'm bringing that taper up to give him a long transition in his nape line, because he has a long nape line. If he had a short nape line, I would have made it shorter transitions. But since he has a longer neck, I can take that fade up higher, and I'm able to stretch that fade out even more in the back. And I'm just going in, you know, and I'm just cleaning everything out. The clipper that I'm using is the Wahl cordless senior. Okay, but I modified it and I put a master's blade on my Wahl seniors to go ahead and give it that Wahl masters type look. And I just love the consistency of this clipper with that blade on it. Now, don't get me wrong, that wedge blade that originally comes with it is an awesome blade as well, you know, but I just like the master's blade a little bit better. I think it does a little bit of a cleaner fade per se, but that wedge blade that comes from the Wahls actually makes the hair lay down better than the master's blade do. That's the pros and cons of modifying this clipper. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my 1 guard open. I'm gonna go ahead and start clearing that panel out, making my third guideline. I already knocked out basically that bottom line already. I'm gonna go back and do some detail work. So I'm just going in with my 1 guard opening, and I'm just, you know, making my other guideline. You know, I may not look like I'm cutting much, but I am cutting a good amount of his hair. I'm combing everything down, keeping everything consistent. And by the fact that I make that first guideline so straight, everything else just automatically stays in place. All I'm doing is basically just tracing right now. That's all I'm doing. I'm just keeping everything consistent and I'm just tracing. All right, so next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with my one guard open again, and I'm just taking it up a little bit higher. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just knocking out where that 2 guard was when I did that drop fade. So I'm just knocking all of that out with my 2 guard, and I'm just going up a little bit higher to give him a better transition. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my 0 guard, close. I'm gonna start knocking out that bottom line, start knocking that line out, okay? And then as I go up, I'm gonna open it up halfway. I'm gonna go up a ½ inch halfway, and I'm gonna open it up all the way to knock out that 1 guard line all the way at the top. As y'all see, that back taper line is really coming together. And what y'all want y'all to know is make sure y'all do y'all best every single day. Make sure you don't give up on your dreams, y'all. When you give up on your dreams, it's like you just wasted time on something that you really didn't have to waste time in. You know, I go at this thing every single day. Yeah, I took a little YouTube break. I took about a month break from YouTube, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna make sure I get these videos out for y'all. You know, you kind of have camera fright, you know what I'm saying? I'm basically putting my workout to the world for everybody to see, you know. So this isn't an easy thing to do. YouTube is not easy, you know. So now I'm just going in with my lever all the way open. Well, it's halfway right now. Now all I'm basically doing is just blending that fade all the way together, knocking out dark spots and bringing everything together. And that back taper looks so fire with it when I'm done with it. I did a lot of detail work in that back taper because he had so much space to play with. You know, I just had fun with the back, you know, the nape line of his hair. You know, I just really had fun with it. But back to my motivation of the video. I always try to drop a little bit of motivation, a little bit of jewels in my videos, because, you know, a lot of people, you know, gets inspired from stuff like that. Never give up, never quit on your dreams. You know what I'm saying? If you have aspirations, you know, if you dreamed of something, that's nothing but God showing you what your gift is. You know, I've always dreamed of cutting hair, you know what I'm saying, for years, but never had the courage to do it. And I finally just got the courage to do it, and I've been doing this for 3 years now. September 27th of this year was my 3-year anniversary in the barber industry. You know, I started off in a barber shop, and I'm gonna have a video coming out on my story of my barber journey, so make sure y'all stay tuned. It's probably gonna be my next video. I have about 3 more haircut videos I already have lined up that's already recorded. I just gotta edit. So I'm just keeping everything consistent, y'all. I'll be dropping a 1 haircut tutorial a week. Okay, so I'm probably it's gonna be every single Monday. That's probably gonna be my new schedule because I really don't have any clients on Mondays, so I'll be able to come home, and Monday will be necessarily my YouTube day. You know, I'm trying to get more organized with my business, and, you know, just taking everything, you know, the way it is. I'm not going to insult y'all intelligence. I'm going to do the same steps I did on the other side. I just want y'all to pay attention to how much cleaner I got this side, you know, and how I learned and how I adjusted everything from the right side, and now I'm on the left side, you know. So keep grinding, keep staying to it. This YouTube grind is real, y'all. This YouTube grind is real. You would think it has 2.2 billion people watch YouTube every single day. You know, it should be easy to be a successful YouTuber, but it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Remember, you are against, you know what I'm saying, millions of content creators that's trying to reach the same goal as you, is able to make great content, make good money doing it, and basically making this a full-time job. This is a full-time job to a lot of people. Okay, so, you know, it's a lot to people. Some people live off of YouTube, y'all. Some people actually has gotten mortgages off YouTube. Some people has bought houses off of YouTube. A lot of people has bought their first car off of YouTube. There's kids 6, 7 years old that's already millionaires off of YouTube. So it's possible. Anything you set your mind to, you can do it. I don't get 50, 60,000 views right now. You know what I'm saying? But I reached my my milestone as far as YouTube to become a partner with YouTube and everything. So that's a blessing. You know, I'm seeing the light at the tunnel. You know so I'm just cleaning everything out. So make sure anything you set your mind to, make sure you stick to it, pray about it, pray for better ideas, and try to, on YouTube, try to be as unique as possible. If somebody already seen this particular product before, they're not going to be too motivated to watch it. So that is my best advice when it comes to starting your own YouTube channel, is come in with an idea. Come in, write your idea down, write it on your vision board on what type of YouTuber do you want to be. Do you want to be a vlogger? Do you want to be a how-to YouTuber? Do you want to be an arts and crafts YouTuber? Do your research on what's popular on YouTube, popular things that people watch. But the best thing about YouTube, instead of saying all the cons all the time, the best thing about YouTube that I've learned is everybody's interested in everything. So once you find your niche and everything, then everything's gonna fall into place. And make sure you stay consistent on YouTube. Okay, so yeah, you may have the subscribers, but if you're not posting on a regular basis, people is not gonna remember you, and people is not gonna want to watch you because you're not consistent. So that's the part that I'm learning right now. Okay, so consistency is key. People want weekly episodes, daily episodes. If you're a YouTuber, most vloggers, they can do videos every day. You know what I'm saying? It's a vlog. Vlogs aren't too hard to edit. You're basically walking around, you're doing, first person shooting the whole time, and you're just telling people about your day. So it's easy to vlog, so just start off small, but make sure your videos are long enough to where when you become monetized, you're able to get that ad revenue and everything. So that's my motivation for today, is just keep at it. Rich people, they don't sleep 8 hours a day. And that's one thing I've learned by becoming an entrepreneur, that you barely would sleep 8 hours a day. Most rich people only get no more than 4 to 5 hours a day. So being an entrepreneur, you got to stay consistent, because if I don't work, or if an entrepreneur don't work, he doesn't make his own money. Okay, so that's basically what my motivation is for today. Keep at it, stay consistent at whatever you do, and always stay teachable. I teach myself just by my own haircut tutorials and going back and watching my haircut videos. I teach myself. I see spots that I could have got better at with hitting. I see parts of my lineup to where I could have went a little bit further up in that corner. I see dark spots that I could have hit during detail work. But when your schedule is crunched, your haircut is not going to be perfect. You only have about 30 to 35 minutes to knock out each haircut before you get to your next client. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do, now I'm working on the beard. I sprayed everything down with holding spray. He had the most perfect texture, y'all, to where you can get great fades out of his type of hair. I'm combing everything down, making sure everything consistent, keeping everything straight, and then I'm gonna go ahead and fade the beard into the fade itself. That's the next thing I'm gonna do. So now I'm gonna close my clipper all the way, and I'm gonna go ahead and set my guideline, my first bald line. My first bald line, I made it about 1 inch. A lot of clients like that Tory Lanez beard type of look, to where the beard is at the middle of the ear all the way down to the earlobe, and then just take your fade and bring it around just like that. So I love giving my clients the Tory fades beard type of look, because it stretches that beard out like it stretches out a fade. So you just basically stretching that fade out on the beard. I didn't bald it all the way down there. I still balded it at the top, so he's still gonna notice it. I just basically, my second and third step, I just stretch it down even more to give it that better look. All right, so that's basically all that I'm doing, is I'm just working on the beard. Now I'm taking my 2-guard, I'm going down on it. I got it closed, and then I'm coming back on. I open it going down, I have it closed, and I come back up. So he wanted the beard cut down, basically flush. So basically I just took the 2-guard and I just cut everything down. Now I'm just going in doing some detail work, try to knock out all them guidelines, them dark spots as much as possible, and set this beard up for the lineup. I'm gonna do the same. Now I'm hitting the back tape line. Man, these gold effects is still hit. Look how clean you know, one hit, that's all you got to do. The reason why I'm hitting it multiple times is because when I comb that hair down, I catch them long strands that wasn't there in the first place. Okay, so the good thing about his type of hair, I didn't really have to spray a whole lot of holding spray to hold his hair in place. You know, his hair is naturally trained to go one direction. He takes care of his hair, and he does a good job at brushing his hair to train it to be in one direction. So once them liners hit it, it was a wrap. That hair was clean out of there. So now I'm doing the same thing on the other side with the beard, just keeping everything consistent. I know I'm talking a lot in this video, but I just want everybody to understand that you can just, you know, this stuff, I love what I do, and I love to commentate, and I love to show the world my talents. And, you know, as I get better with this barbering thing, because I still have a lot of stuff to improve on. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm not out here gonna claim that I'm the best barber in the world, but hey, my clients love my work, and that's all that matters. And, you know, they pay to play. So I appreciate my clients. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm going up under the neck. Some clients want it all the way up on the mandible, but he wanted it right above his Adam's apple. So that's why you see his beard on the bottom kind of low down there. So I'm just cleaning all that out. Now I'm just touching up the mustache. All right, now I'm working on the lineup. Excuse my camera angle. I'm having my camera kind of low right here. I'm hitting the size bar first. Okay, and now I'm just going in, and you know, his last barber been pushing him back. So as y'all see, I'm not really going up on that line. I'm trying to let that hair grow back in there, and then, you know, I'm just preserving that line and trying to save it and bring it back. I'm not gonna go back to where his old barber was going. You know what I'm saying? So it's not gonna really look extra crispy right now, but it is getting the job done. And I'm just start back at the center. I'm bringing it all the way up and bringing it right back in that corner. Okay, and y'all got to make sure y'all take control of y'all clients. They move their heads, they blink, they look in their cell phones and stuff like that. You know, I look at the hairline like golf. For all of y'all that play golf or ever play golf, you know, once your eye is on it, you know what I'm saying, you can't move your eye. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do is, I didn't use no chalk pencil, I didn't use anything like that, I didn't use no fibers or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? He has a state government job, so hey, you know what I'm saying, this is the cut, y'all. So everybody, this is the cut. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. This is the before, and you know, of course, y'all, you know, I have to hit y'all with that after. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, I hope y'all really like this haircut. I put this client back in the bag. A nice, clean, executive haircut, nothing extra, nothing special. You know what I'm saying? But I put my clippers on this head, y'all. I put my clippers on this head. This is another banger. So shout out to y'all. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all share it. Make sure y'all show me love. And as always, good life over everything.